Everyone, I'm Christina Johnson here with another Fit a Museum unboxing video, and I hope that you enjoy 1930s glamour and Hollywood as much as I do, because that's where we're going today. We store 2 evening gowns in this box, and you can see the object here is encased in Tyvek. It's a Tyvek sling, and that helps us to move the object. It also protects the object from the layer underneath. Let's open it up and get a sneak peek here. All right, this silk satin evening gown dates to 1933, and it was designed by Adrian for Jean Harlow to wear in the film Bombshell, or Blonde Bombshell. Take a look at some of the padding. Of course, we pad to prevent creases and wrinkles. In this gown, because it is a delicate fabric, we use a harder tissue wrapped in a softer lens tissue. So the bust and chest are padded out here, and then continuing down the skirt are longer sausage shapes and hip pads. A look at the construction. We have a proper left side closure here with snaps, and then inside there is a Petersham, kind of an old-fashioned way of doing things, but this would secure the gown to her waist. Lots of hooks and eyes. This is a really slinky fabric, and it definitely would have melded to Jean Harlow's body, but what also helped are these weights encased in fabric along the hem, and you'll see the screenshot of her in the film coming up next. I have the gown's collection documentation file here, and here you see Jean Harlow wearing the gown. This gentleman here is Sid Grauman from Graumans Chinese Theater. She is placing her footprints, her handprints, and her signature in wet cement at Graumans Chinese Theater, and Hollywood police at the time asked her to conduct the ceremony inside the theater to prevent gridlock and traffic. She was so famous, she would have caused a car accident. Sadly, Jean Harlow died at age 26 in 1937, so just a few years after this very special night, and her mother kept some of her wardrobe, passed it on to family friends. That's why we have a photo of this unidentified woman wearing it in the 1950s. You'll see that at the Chinese theater ceremony, Jean Harlow wears a really large corsage at her waist, and she also wore that in the film. When we have displayed the gown, we've elected to include a reproduction corsage as well. We don't use fresh flowers in a museum environment because of sap that could possibly leak out or insects. Instead, we use reproduction like this. This is the corsage we made for the gown, and it stays with it so we can reuse it again and again. We would never want to pin a brooch or a corsage pin through a museum object because that creates holes. Instead, we use a little bit of museum magic that I'm going to let you in on, and it's in the palm of my hand here. It is a magnet. We sew a magnet to the back of the object to be placed, and then we place the object. This mannequin has just come off of display. I have the other magnet in my hand, and I am going to affix it. Hopefully this works for you. And it stays like magic.
Thank you so much, Christina, and in the spirit of Hollywood glamour, just a reminder, you have 3 weeks left to come and see our Art of Motion Picture Costume Design exhibition.
Don't miss it!
See you next time. Bye!